Everyday with Ray, you guys. It's been a lot going on in the media lately, and one of the things that caught my attention was, of course, Jay-Z, because I love Jigga. He had an interview, and I thought it was really nice. It was a lot of memes floating around though, because he had like his legs crossed like a lady. But I think that Jay-Z has come into himself. I feel like he's enlightened. I feel like he is no longer the man he used to be, and he's transitioned into this greater version of himself. It was informative. He talked a little bit about Black people learning how to save their money and to invest properly, and those are the things that we need from rappers. I'm like tired of seeing young rappers get all this money, become celebrities, to go be in the hood and do ratchet shit. Like, I don't understand that. The whole point of you rapping and becoming famous and gaining this money is to change your life, right? So for those of you making fun of Jay-Z for sitting like a woman, listen, that man's an intellectual and he's comfortable with himself, so fuck the haters.
You don't want to look inside yourself, and so you walk away.
Also in celebrity news, Diddy helped organize a school in East Harlem, which I'm proud of, but unfortunately it wasn't doing good in Connecticut. It's a charter school, and he helped organize it. So he's hoping that it's more successful in Harlem, and so am I. In other news, we have LeBron James, Akron, Ohio. You know, he's from Akron, Ohio. And he's opening up a public school. The school board for Akron agreed with him to open up a public school in Akron, Ohio. I think that that is fantastic to have people from the NBA and all different types of industries to get back to their communities. So it's like, it's awesome. It's an awesome thing, and I hope that it goes well. I hope that the school is successful, and I hope that whatever he's putting into it, the kids can get from it. Like, I hope that the teachers he's hiring is going to actually help these students. And yeah, so that's congrats to Diddy and congrats to LeBron James. Okay guys, so on a more serious note, I want to talk about Donald Trump, right? Because everyone is screaming about how he needs to be impeached. I agree, 100%. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be. But how many of us really knows how to get a president impeached, right? No one really knows. No one sits down. Well, some people do, but I feel like most people, like me, because I'm learning as I go. This is why I love Everyday with Ray so much, because it makes me learn about things that I'm actually interested in. So anyway, Donald Trump, right? The House of Representatives and the Senate would have to vote, right? So you have to think about it this way. The House impeaches and the Senate convicts. And the only way that he would actually get impeached, they have to remove him for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors, right? So guys, I think we have something to be excited about, because you know, recently I think he fired Michael Flynn. And he fired Michael Flynn because he claimed that Michael Flynn lied to the FBI about ever speaking to a Russian ambassador or Russian officials. But here's the kicker. About to give it to you right now. And Michael Flynn actually pled guilty to lying to the FBI. So Trump fired Flynn in February, and they say that he acted independently and that the whole Trump administration had no idea that he spoke with the Russian ambassador or Russian officials, right? But according to the New York Times, Trump transition team was focused on improving relations with Moscow and was willing to pursue that goal, despite the fact that the Obama administration asked him not to. And there were some emails and speeches and other things that played a role, just to show that Trump and his administration was very well aware that Michael Flynn was talking to the Russians. And I don't know if you remember, but try to think back during the debates when they was like, oh, Hillary Clinton is so bad for her emails, whatever the case may be. Do we not remember Trump standing there like, you know, I love Russian. I just think that we should try to make a better relationship with Russia. You don't remember that? Because I do. All of a sudden, he has no idea what's going on. So, guys, it's looking like a conspiracy. It's looking like a lot of lies is floating around, and hopefully Trump gets in trouble for that. And unfortunately, when he leaves, we can look forward to Michael Pence taking his place. Michael Pence describes himself as a Christian first, then a conservative, and then a Republican. Now I know every colored person listening to me right now is saying, I definitely don't want that to be my president. Me either. But at least we're moving in the right direction, right? So yeah, guys, I'm gonna sip on that, and hopefully Trump won't be here for too much longer. You guys can definitely call me a conspiracy theorist, an activist, Oprah, whatever you feel fit. But Libya has me just so angry. Like, I'm upset. I'm really upset. And I sat down and I finally looked up as much information as I possibly could, and it's so much to indulge in that I can't give it all to you. But I do want you guys to know that there is a war in Libya. It's a war. And unfortunately, no one really cares. And it's almost like nothing can be done. There's a government that was supposed to overtake the last government, and they're called GNA. Unfortunately, the other militia tongue-tied. Sorry, you guys. The other militias and soldiers and people that are in Libya are not recognizing GNA as the upstanding government. So they're having trouble fighting over resources and just getting the respect that they want. And also, a lot of the Libyans and citizens who are trying to escape what's going on there, they're migrating, but it's being stopped. Most of them were going to Europe, but the Italians are stopping them either at sea or keeping them in Libya. And the European Union is very happy about that, because then they don't have an increase of migrants coming into their territory. But at the end of the day, these people are running away from chaos. There are millions, well not millions, there's thousands of people in Libya who are displaced within their own continent, in their own country. That's insane, right? So the only people that claim that they are helping is the UK, the United States, France, and the United Arab Emirates. That is all. And you know what they did? They said that they expanded their military in Libya to help fight forces in Sirte and Benghazi. That has nothing to do with the capital, which is Tripoli, within Libya. And we know who is in Sirte and Benghazi. This is mostly ISIS. So United States and all these other places are claiming that they're helping Libya, but they're really fighting their own war on their land. There's just a big war, and all these people are misplaced. And the way that they're controlling the amount of migrants is they're saying, oh, we're gonna buy them. Now, I've been looking all over for what these people are being bought for, and it's not specific. Labor, organs, whatever they're doing with these people, they're doing it on their own accord, and there's no one there to save them. And I'm very frustrated, and it hurts my heart to see this in 2017. It's like getting into a time capsule and going back in time and seeing our ancestors enslaved like that. They're beating these people. These people are losing their children. They think that they're going to Europe on a bus, and they end up in a freaking cave somewhere getting beaten. It's sad, because there's no one, literally no one in the world who cares. I know that it seems like there's nothing that can be done, but this has to be stopped. Like, why is it always black people? You don't see this in Europe. You don't see this in nowhere else but in Africa. And people that claim that, oh, black people just do this to each other, that it's always been around. No, that the land of Africa as a continent has been taken over and taken advantage of and just brutalized, and just they ruined a lot of the government there. And it's hard to pick that up, especially when no one else wants to help clean it up, and they don't want to clean it up because it's beneficial to them. So I just want to end this with, please stay cautious. And oh, I also want to shout out the school in the Bronx that did a protest in Harlem for Black Lives Matter. Young people are getting involved, and that's what I want to see. It doesn't take much to raise awareness. What I'm doing right now is talking to you guys and just trying to be my true self and express to you what's going on in the world. It's easy to stay blind. It's easy to say, oh, I can't do nothing about that. But just the little things count. Get in front of a camera, make a video post, talk to your family, go to a school, talk to kids. It's simple. You never know who you might inspire to want to get up and make a huge difference. And I was talking to my boyfriend about this, and he was like, well, Raven, you know, there's certain places in order, like United Nations, yeah, we know the United Nations is supposed to step in for chaos and for civil rights and things that are going wrong in other countries. They are not doing anything. According to the New York Times, there's nothing being done. GNA was supposed to fix this whole thing as a new government, but they're not even being respected as a new government. So it's a whole bunch of bullshit. But this leads me to my music choice of the week. LA, the rap phenomenon.
They live in ghetto dwellings, but they seldom complain. They face starvation daily, and nighttime finds them in pain. Their future's so uncertain. Tell me who is to blame? What about the hungry babies? Their innocence becomes a tragedy.
Looking at my generation is nothing but tragedy. The death of young kings in this ghetto really saddens me. This ain't fiction, it's the world we live in actually. Ghetto kids in the school don't even get help from faculty. Stuff like this don't be on the news for a black child. Little minds just running wild, people getting shot down. No time for a cap and gown, and they been pronounced dead by the time the cops roll around. From police to a pair of Nike Airs, people are dying, and sometimes I feel like we don't care. Not saying that we don't, but some just ignore it. To live in the ghetto, you gotta move with precaution, cause people are quick to get steamed like a vegetable. People out to make your lifespan smaller than decimals. With beef, you just gotta learn to let it go. Two choices, live worse or better, bro.
They live in ghetto dwellings, but they seldom complain. They face starvation daily, and nighttime finds them.
If you from where the gangsters hang, where they got no choice but selling cane, every day you look up to the sky and you ask for change, then you from the ghetto. You face starvation daily. Sometimes that I'ma make it out speech turns to a maybe. You really can't escape, cause when you do, you come back to make the hood turn to look or stop and react. What happened to the person that looks out for the people? What, you above them now? Cause before you were equal. And what do your homies get? Your fame made them turn to a path of loneliness. Your whole lifestyle forces you to let go. I hope you set a good example for kids in the ghetto. You can't relate to them, cause all your life you felt special. If cash is the root of evil, you victim to the devil. Try to teach these kids just to stay out of trouble. Homies, I love you.
I was sold. On my way coming, I was sold.
But they seldom complain. They face starvation daily, and nighttime finds them in pain. Their future's so uncertain. Tell me who is to blame? What about the hungry baby?
There are ghettos all over the world. What's going on in Libya is inhumane. Slavery has no place in the 21st century.
Ghetto Laments. So I hope you guys really like it. I hope you take the time to listen to it, because the message in that music video touched me, and I hope that this episode can touch you guys, and I hope it changed your perspective on how the world views Black people.